Welcome to Scenario 2.1. Scenario 2 labs are based around building from scratch a medium-sized branch office network that consists of 2 layer 2 switches hosted in separate wiring closets that in turn connect back to a highly available layer 3 collapsed core switching layer. In this particular lab, we have been tasked with applying universal switch settings that are shared on all the switches throughout the topology and is based on Cisco's Campus LAN Layer 2 access with simplified distribution deployment guide, which includes switch hostname, domain name, setting global error disable settings and device management settings, along with VTP, spanning tree protocol settings and unidirectional link detection features. In this particular video, I will only be configuring one of the switches in the lab's topology, as the config to be applied is almost identical on all of the switches. Okay, let's start by connecting to the console port of core switch 1A. As this is a new switch, there is no earlier configuration on it, therefore there's no authentication details, and I can go straight into enable mode and into configure terminal. The first thing we'll set is the switch's host name and its domain name. So for this switch, the host name that we will use will be core 1A and the domain name will be myviral.lab. Next, we're going to configure the VTP settings. We'll define a domain of myviral.lab. We'll specify VTP version 2, a VTP password, and we'll set these switches to either VTP servers or clients depending on what their role is within the network. As this is a core switch, we'll want to set it to a server, which by default is how the switch is set out of the box, but just for the purposes of this example, I'll configure it anyway. We'll set the VTP version to version 2. I'll specify a VTP password, which will be applied on all the switches. myviral VTP key, and finally we'll set this to a VTP server. If this was a user access switch, I would set it to a VTP client. The next item to configure is we're going to set spanning tree protocol to use rapid per VLAN spanning tree. The next few items we'll set is we'll enable unidirectional link detection. We'll set error disable recovery, and we'll tell the switch to ignore DNS lookups. So first the unidirectional link detection, enable. Error disable recovery cause all, and no IP domain lookup. Then the final item that needs configuring is for remote management. We'll specify a cryptographic key, we'll enable SSH2, and then we'll configure a local username and secret and configure the VTY lines to accept only SSH connections. So key, and we'll generate an RSA key with a 124-bit length. enable version 2. Version 2. We'll set a local username with the username netadmin and password of letmein. We'll configure the enable secret with the password level up. As a precaution, we'll enable password encryption and turn on AAA new model. Then we'll jump into the VTY lines. Sorry, 0 through 4, and set them to only accept SSH connections. And that concludes this video.